Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to do simple exploded views in Autodesk Inventor. So exploded views are used for when showing how a model maybe assembles together, how the different parts connect to each other, interact. Maybe they'd be useful to show how someone needs to put an object actually to assemble an object. So to start off, you're going to need to have an assembly. I've got a marking gauge here made up of a number of parts. So you'll need to have one or something that you can actually explode before you can go any further. So once you've got that, you actually need to create a new type of file in Inventor called a presentation. So you've got, if you go to new file, you've got parts, assembly, drawing, and at the bottom it says presentation. And here we've got the standard millimeter one. You need to select that one. We create that, it's going to give us a blank workspace, and it's going to start by opening a box and saying what file do you want to drop into that presentation. So I'm going to select my marking gauge and open that. If that box doesn't come up, then you can use the insert model button here. Obviously make sure you've got the right file open. There's lots of features that we can use in presentations, but we're just going to focus just on this tweak component button here. So forget about all the stuff at the bottom. We're going to just look at the tweak component. So the first thing you want to think about is how your object is going to come apart. You want to disassemble it, explode it in a way that it naturally would if it was a real object. So I'm going to start by moving this thumb screw to one side and then move the other parts in different directions. So I've tweaked components. I need to select the components I want to tweak. You can either do that by hitting them in the model space, or you can expand the feature tree here and select them from the list. Once you've got that, you've got 3 axes, so that's going to be the different directions you can move your part. I'm going to move it this way and just move it far enough that it is clear of the other parts. So when we're doing exploded views, it's important that our parts don't overlap. So at this stage, you want to make sure that you've got your view correct. So I've got my isometric view in the corner, and I've made sure that that one there has gone far enough away. So next, tweak component, pick your next one. So I'm going to do this stem. I'm going to move it till it's clear. Okay. This one here, I'm going to move this one until it is clear of the washer. So do that. Now I want to move that washer in a bit actually because it just doesn't look quite right where it is. So there we go. Now you can put numbers in, so I can make that a -8 if I wanted to, or you can leave them as just by eye. Now if you want to make any changes, you can change the distance of the tweaks that you've made. If I double click on that one there, on that little trail, it comes up with the size. Maybe make that 19. Okay, or you can find them here in the tweaks, expand a little tweak box, tweak folder, and you can see them all here. So if I double click on that, I can get the that tweak up and I can amend it. So once you're happy, we're going to save that. Sensible name, sensible place. And then before we go any further is we need to create something called a snapshot view. So a snapshot view is literally that. It creates a little view from a orientation that we've selected that we can use when we put our views into the drawing sheet. They should appear here. You can see we've got nothing here at the moment. There are no snapshots. So what we're going to do, if this is a view that we like, we can create a new snapshot view, and view 1 appears over here. Now maybe that you also want to show what it looks like from a different angle. So we can maybe spin it round and create another new snapshot view. Save that, and then we're ready to go to the drawing. So I've created a drawing already with orthographic component drawings, dimensions of a little pictorial, and I've also got a second sheet in here which has got some tolerances for when this part is made. So remember, good practice when we're doing drawings in Inventor or other software is to keep all the drawings in one file. So rather than having a totally separate file, we have one marking gauge.dw IDW, and we have multiple sheets in that that we can have our different views on. It just makes it a lot tidier. So I need a new sheet for my exploded view. So I hit new sheet. I've now got sheet 3, a blank page. So if I now go to the base to insert a view, same as we would any other view in a drawing, I've got these 2 files open, so it's automatically sort of gone to the presentation one that I've just done. You can obviously find any files that you need using the folder explorer button here. So we're going to go for the exploded view. Now that one looks about right. Make it a wee bit bigger. Now you remember the snapshot views. These are now here, so we can decide whether we want which of the views, we may have multiple, may have even more different views that we're going to use. I'm going to go stick with view 1, and I'm going to stick that in there. So make sure you select the view that you want at that point. So there we have it. Now that is our exploded view on the page. We maybe want to put some notes around it, maybe label it, put some parts on it. But one thing I'll just show you now is these trails. Sometimes you want these trails, sometimes you don't. These are showing where the parts come from. If you want to hide them, you can either right click on them and hit the visibility button, or a quicker way if you want to hide them all, if you double click on the view, or if you right click on the view and edit view, then you can uncheck this box here that says show trails, and all those views will disappear. So that is how you create exploded views in Autodesk Inventor.